at one point the universe was 300,000 years old, and we have a radiation from that time that we can still pick up on, and that one is called the cosmic microwave background radiation. Okay? Yes, the Earth is 4 billion years old, and the universe is more like 14 billion years old. So there was a time when the universe was much younger. So when the universe was much younger, back in the young days of the universe, there is a signature of photons that we pick up on from that time, okay? So this radiation has a huge pressure, and it does work on an expanding universe. So that after a few thousand years, its energy dwindles away and it becomes negligible, leaving just the matter contribution to dominate the universe today. So by the way, he was kind of implying that all of that compression is kind of like how the universe was in the beginning. I think he hasn't said it actually. So I'm guessing he's talking about when the universe was getting started, it would have been radiation dominated. He hasn't actually said that. But let's see. He's saying the fraction of the total energy associated with the mass of all the matter making up all galaxies today is only about 10 to the minus 25, or about 1 part in 10 million billion billion. This radiation has a huge pressure, and it does work on an expanding universe. It does work on an expanding universe. So that after a few thousand years, its energy dwindles away and becomes negligible, leaving just the matter contribution to dominate the universe today. Thus, while in the region normally occupied today by a single atom, the matter contained at that time would have a rest mass comparable to that of the Earth. The actual amount of energy contained in this region, including radiation energy, would have been much larger. In fact, it would correspond to the energy of the entire presently visible universe. Yeah. Wow. The universe in an atom. So he basically wanted to give us sort of certain scales and certain numbers to kind of orient us to what it means when a bunch of things, when a bunch of matter is compressed down to a very small volume that it occupies, and what types of energy and radiation and radiant energy it would entail. And pretty much that's kind of, I think he's alluding to the beginning of the universe. I don't see any other reason to really mention all this. Let me see what he called this chapter, because I started the universe in an atom. So he's not really saying Big Bang or anything, but okay, he wanted to give us certain scales of things. That's fine. That's fine. So anyways, we'll keep going. Let's see where he takes us in this chapter. But we know that shortly after the Big Bang, when the universe got started, the universe was extremely radiation dominated, and some of the stuff he's saying here is exactly matching with that. Like, it used to be much smaller scale. Things were very hot. Things were very together, hot, dense soup, and it used to be a lot more radiation dominated. Let's pause and reflect on our voyage. Even after the baby steps, it is still mind-boggling to try to picture what conditions are like when each atomic volume contains an amount of energy equivalent to that contained in our whole visible universe today. It's true. It's difficult to imagine that the whole visible universe today could have been contained in a volume as small as the atomic volume. Can you believe that? Like, that's crazy. But you may wonder whether it is even worth trying. After all, under such conditions, the whole meaning of atoms, the protagonists of our story, dissolves. How can we connect individual entities like the oxygen atoms that help make up the molecules of our DNA with anything in that incredible morass?